this side, whenever I'm feeling deep here and the snake, like whatever, it's so dark.
Testing.
Because this side, whenever I'm feeling deep here and the snake, like whatever, it's so because this side, whenever I'm feeling deep here and the snake, like whatever, it's so dark.
Hopefully the music's not too crazy. I'm just gonna put that away. Get that going. Where's the chat at? All right. I hope it shows me like how many people are on here. Okay, first things first, good morning everybody. Hope you guys are having a good one. Welcome to the stream. For those of you that are new, this is the CHILLSOFT stream. I try to have this, or I used to have it at least once a month, but I think this is the first one for 2025. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Today we got a little bit more to talk about regarding the competition scene, but I kind of want to just catch up with you guys a little bit here. What's going on? What fields you playing at? And I hope you're having fun. It's summer. KSM Goon. Keep gooning, my brother. Of course, we got some stuff to go over with you. I just need to double check where we're at here. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have that in the background for now. That's just gonna be sitting there, so don't mind me. Sorry, I only have one screen, as you can tell. Actually, we got some stuff to go over with. Okay, cool. So, today we're going to be definitely breaking down a little bit of some things here. Where's that pop-up chat at? Let's see, sorry, it's been a while. I just recently moved to a new spot and I'm still trying to get everything figured out. I just got a new computer. I'm still trying to work on some stuff. I'm hoping to have the Speedsoft loadout video out by Monday. I'm working very hard on it for you guys because I love you. This is my passion project and you guys are the audience that make it happen. So, love you guys a lot. It's about to get juicy, said Scotto. Yeah, it is. Today we're going to be diving into the situation, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's right in front of us here on this Instagram post by Vinci Customs. It's their statement that's been sending, you know, some interest and peak interest into the airsoft community regarding the NSL. Now, if you guys know me, I've been talking about the NSL a little bit here and there. Of course, my opinions on them, what they should do different. But, you know, everything is ran specifically by one entity, which is through Europe. And I'll get into a little bit more about that. I'm also going to be talking about my discussion with one of the representatives from NSL from early this year. I'm going to show those text messages or those messages that I had endured and their disconnect with their league from the rest of the community worldwide. Is this still going? Okay, cool. If you guys are still there, someone write something for me in chat just to make sure that this is still working. An hour, all right, that's what I'm talking about. Love the goon. Love the goon. I'm doing great. Thanks for checking in. You know, like I said, I'm still trying to move everything. I got to get back to work now. I think that's one of the main things I gotta do out there. I gotta lose some weight so I can feel great out there on the field. I think one of the major things I am going to be doing is playing at the Liam Ops event in Primm, Nevada. It's going to be hot as hell out there, but apparently they got air conditioning inside their mall, so that's going to be cool to kind of get through. I'm going to be going with my group of guys out there. Of course, the team is Zero Distance, part of their team, so it'll be cool. Okay, so for those of you that are just joining, you probably have seen something that's been going on. Again, this is Vinci Custom. I hope the music in the background isn't too crazy. It actually kind of sounds a little loud in my ear. Let me just turn that down. Okay, Appreciate it, boys. All right, so we're going to be looking into this a little bit. Vinci Customs, as some of you may not know, is a major supporter and a gear sponsor in the scene. They have a lot of gear that they come out with. It's pretty good. It rivals NSL. They've been a big competitor. And if you don't know, of course, how competitive they are, they definitely call out all the shenanigans that NSL has been doing against their players, against the community, against teams, or whatever. And you guys know I've been pretty opinionated on the NSL for quite a while now, from the start of their ESG grip, the Gen 1, that just was so fragile that would break on you after a session or two, because they would never acknowledge it, to the stuff that they do now. They gatekeep quite a bit, but I'll get into that in a little bit here. I'm just going to go over the Vinci post, and it's crazy that they just ended the NSL just like not too long ago. So for those that are just watching, get comfy, because this is some weird bits that I'm going to get into here. Let me just pull up the chat. I'm in Denmark right now. Ad for me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Crashed? Same. What's up, Jason? What's going on, man? Appreciate you guys. All right, so we have the post here. Vinci Customs was able to sponsor Team USA and Team Romania based off this post here, and they were traveling at least 7 hours just to attend the NSL Nations Cup, and this is going to be at the Real Strike Arena in Belgium, just to support the players. Nothing crazy. If, again, going back, they are very competitive against the NSL. They did call out the shenanigans, but it looks like after all those shenanigans, they made up and were allowed to come and join their event, which is the Nations Cup being hosted this weekend. So this was posted at least a few days ago. So they traveled at least 7 hours, and 3 hours before their arrival, they received a text message from the NSL president, Fives, banning them from the event. No explanation, just discommunication, and they got blocked. So from the post, it says that they left teams without their gear. Vinci was stripped of all visibility despite investment and thousands of euros and hours of work wasted. According to Vinci, they challenged the NSL status quo because they exist and do things better. This wasn't just a logistics issue, it was a personal ego-driven decision by the NSL leadership. Yes, this post in general has been sparking a lot of debate. So they also highlighted that a 4,000 euro buy-in fee just to join the NSL league with no actual value returned to the teams. Now that's important because that's something that a lot of teams invest in, and there's no return. There is no, with the way the NSL runs, they just give out trophies. There are no monetary incentives. And that's one of the things that is unfortunate about the current state of the comp scene. But the NSL's habit of excluding committed partners and punishing players who don't play by their internal politics, which was also highlighted into this post here. Vinci won't hold players hostage. They stated that they will deliver the gear anyway, but they refuse to be part of a system that disrespects the core values of the sport: respect, dedication, and passion. So that's pretty much what they've stated here. Crazy. Let's be honest, this isn't the first time, we've talked about the NSL. I mentioned that earlier, but this is kind of next level. You literally just kind of, cemented like, hey, we're cool now. Vinci and NSL could probably work together, but all of a sudden they start banning people just like this out of nowhere. No reason or anything. I'm pretty sure we might hear a statement maybe from the NSL, but acknowledgement for those type of things are never really in their strong suit. So we're talking about corporate sabotage, gatekeeping, and personal ego affecting international competition. So now what, right? What's the next thing? It's quite a bit. It's crazy how involved Vinci is, how involved all the players are. Team USA seemed like there wasn't any path to them after getting their sponsor banned from the event. It seems like Vinci just kind of went there, supported them, gave them their stuff, and then just backed out and kind of just supported them from the sidelines. So it's insane. Now here we have the reaction from the community. Of course, we have Valiant Airsoft. What's Monk's body count on the bird bridges up to now? gonna pull up the chat here. Valiant Airsoft, as far as I knew, I don't really watch his content that much, but I know he was a big sponsor from Monk Customs. I don't know if they separated now, which is why he made that comment, like how many burnt bridges are they up to now? Because that's what Monk does. They kind of work with people, they maintain your loyalty, and then they'll pull it right from out under your feet. And it's just, insane how they're able to do that without any accountability, repercussions, or anything of that sort. So I wonder if Valiant felt the same thing. We have SYG Sapo. Well. Yep, because many people, like Sapo, know what's going on in the background. It's insane. We have more reactions to that. Extremely laughable and not surprising. Screw Fives, Screw Bert, and everyone else that's tied into this BS league. At the end of the day, all things come to light. Moss Airsoft, I think, is from Europe as well. Much injustice, corruption, and favoritism are there. Long live FCC plus Vinci. So it looks like there's a lot of support for Vinci there. HSA Prudy, what's up, bro? As wild as the situation is, can't even say I'm remotely surprised by it. So when Monk Customs and NSL came by to the States a few years ago, and it seemed like there was a lot of conflict between themselves and the fields. It just kind of left a sour taste in a lot of the community here in the United States, and it just seems like everyone knows what's going on. They kind of see what's going on with SCA and Extreme Airsoft, which are the only two fields left over that are supporting this league. It's exhausting, and I think because of many of the conflicts like this, I just want to distance myself away from the Speedsoft scene as of now, because I am a NorCal player. I'm based out, and the home field that I have is SCA. It's the only field that's doing Speedsoft at all. So I go when I can, but I'm not really into the NSL. It seems like it's driven a lot of people to burnout, and it seems like it's not really getting anywhere else. HSA Parker, I've said this once. I said this since I started Airsoft 2 years ago. Ego is what kills the sport, and it makes it not enjoyable for no people to join and play. And it's sad that it's happening as what's considered as the higher level. Yeah, that's the other thing too. NSL claims to have all the support for the community, has all these, high-level videography, events, clean field, whatever you want, but it's not going the way that they expected it to. So it's crazy. We have HK. We have HK Kenny says wild. Just Kevin. This is what happens when it turns into more of a show business than an actual league. But Bert just wanted to milk the cow. NSL has always had a big grand show for their events with huge entry fees with little to no return on investment. It's supposed to look good for the brands that Bert wants to keep around, so he can continue to milk them too. Oh, and the irony? CPT, a USA team, got invited to Nations Cup, and Bert had the gall to ask us if we can get Mexican citizenship to represent Mexico. Our team has a Mexican flag on the jersey. Bert, you wild for that one, bro. So in California, there's a big Mexican community out here. I'm Mexican myself, so but that's wild. Hey, can you get the Mexican citizenship? And with the current state of everything right now, with this current administration, it's kind of wild that they would ask that, and it's kind of difficult to maintain that, given the relationship between Mexico and the US right now. Fucking out of touch, bro, out of touch. But just Kevin is right. They have more of a business prospect to them rather than something that's community driven, and it loses focus on what they really originated to do. They screwed over brands like SpeedQB, they screwed over brands like Euro Tactics, Mac Customs, the Italian manufacturer that makes all those skeleton bodies and those crazy grips and everything, and they just disregard them. They screw people over just so that they can maintain their status. But I don't know, this is something that's been going on for a little while. Tell me what you guys think about this, because this is just ridiculous. And Vinci Customs actually spoke up more than what we expected. They gave an official statement, and people are reacting. People are tired. People don't want this around anymore. Kritsky says, not surprised one bit. Well, let's see. So moving forward, what can we do differently? Yeah, not just play NSL anymore. It's ridiculous. We got to start supporting more alternative leagues like the CSL, SpeedQB, Syndicate League, SXL, or whatever. Something that's more local. Maybe just even just your local field tournament. I know this hobby is so niche. It's small enough as it is, and it's crazy to see that an organization such as the NSL takes advantage of all of the community in itself. Honestly, it's hard. I just want to kind of just try to educate players, try to help people out, just have a better influence and outlook for the future of Speedsoft. We could potentially push for maybe something like that's open source rule books, open source rules, maybe like let the community help shape the direction of competitive airsoft. The rules, layouts, and team slots should be voted on and not dictated. That's another thing too. NSL has directly changed rules mid-season to where some of them don't make sense and some do, whether that's breakout or being called out. In reffing in airsoft, especially comp airsoft, is super difficult. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens along the way. It's crazy. So I kind of wanted to dive a little bit more into the other achievement that's been going on. I did have some opinions on the NSL earlier this year, and some of you guys did vote on that. Kind of gave me your opinions and everything. I kind of talked a little bit more on the NSL on Instagram, and Fives had responded to me through Instagram. Monk Customs EU or the American page responded to me, and I had a really interesting conversation with both. The person who runs Monk Customs EU was a little bit more understanding. I will say this though, not everyone in the NSL organization has bad intentions. There's only two individuals I want to focus on, which is specifically Bert and Fives, because everything that they do is contradictory, ego-driven, and entitlement. And honestly, I'm exhausted by all of it, so staying away from that. Screw NSL. But there are some good people out there like Aldi. I think he runs the Monk Customs EU page, who I did have a conversation with about their lack of support for the United States consumer base. Because if you know about Monk Customs, they do not have a good support at all for anything. If you buy something directly from their website from Europe, and you need something that's fixed, if the gun comes out jammed or whatever, and you try to message them, they more than likely will not respond to you or right away or ever. That's the other thing. You can go on Reddit, you can talk to people on Instagram, you can talk to people on YouTube, and they will say the same thing. People are not getting that support from Monk Customs like they do with other brands. So that's something to be wary about. That's something I mentioned to the team at Monk Customs when they did directly message me. And yeah, they had concerns. They're working on it. I think they understand that they are definitely going to lose their American consumer base because of their lack of support, of course, their lack of understanding and effort that they don't really put in. Another thing too is there's another individual that has been loyal to selling their products into one of these fields, for them to get that whole responsibility just taken away from them immediately without any notice. See, these are the things that just are crazy, and this is all under Bert's direction at the time. So, I really can't see airsoft growing when we have people like this, in the hobby that are just trying to just take advantage and exploit it for their own personal gain, interest, and money. So, I had this conversation with Fives shortly after my conversation with Monk Customs. I felt like that was not important to show, but because I think Aldi, that's who it is. The person who's running the Monk Customs was very understanding. They said they acknowledged their screw ups and they acknowledged that they could do better, but under current management, they weren't able to do more. So that's another conversation I'll have. It's something that's very mild. But my conversation with Fives after one of my posts stating continue to support local, do not continue to support NSL. Fives, of course, opinionated, directly messages me. But he directly messaged me. Let me just catch up here. Speaking of Speedsoft, when's the Speedsoft loading coming out? Excited to see how your MTW looks now. I actually am coming out with that on Monday. Hopefully we can have a little bit more time to kind of work on that. But we'll see how it goes. After this video, of course, I'm going to edit that a little bit more, and then we'll just go on there from there. How old am I? I am 14. All right, so what's up, dude, for Speedsoft? Hope you're having a good one. I know I'm kind of all over the place, just a little bit distracted, but this is my direct message from Fives. This is just from a few years ago. I did cut a snippet of it and put it on Instagram, and the reactions were just insane because of how entitled these people are and how they perceive the entire community and what they want to put their league in. And this is what he has to say. NSL is a local league. It's run by your field. It's all profit goes to the field. The fields only have to cover the banners, the trophies, and in the future ref jerseys. If you want, I can give you a better overview of how everything is structured and can be more transparent about it, because we don't have anything to hide. We might look like a big player, but in reality is far from it. The NSL has one person working full-time on it, which is me, who also has to take care of Real Strike on himself since this year. All the help I get comes from Monk's team and the volunteers. We thought about withdrawing from the US to take a break, but Extreme and SCA begged us to keep it alive. So we agreed with both fields that they need to run the event like last year, just without me. This means that every part of it is up to the fields, reffing, live streaming. I completely lost where I was at. To keep it alive, that this means every part, reffing, live streaming, sign up fee, etc. The only thing we request and agreed upon with the fields is that they cover the banners, medals, and trophies, and the new ref jerseys once they're done. That's it. No loyalty fee or anything. We make zero profit off it. Last year, the two events we run in the States were the USCS and Globals, which ended up costing us hard. 6 teams showed up for the USCS. Globals all team play for free, so we shouldered it, even though it costed us around $8K to facilitate these two events. But we always hold on the word and do not let the player pay the price. Not to mention that LA Kappa screwed us over hard by leaving mid-season last year, creating another big hole in the budget. So by not playing the NSL out of protest at your local field, you hurt especially your local field and the scene out there. For me, it takes one post to cancel the NSL. For the fields, it would mean disaster because they all put their eggs in NSL. Wild. Crazy. What's up, CKB Chris? I ran into you at CKB a couple weekends ago. GG's. GG, my brother. Good seeing you guys. It's insane. I'm going to get into my responses in a bit, and I'm going to continue going into what he responded with as well, for me to just discontinue our conversation together, because it feels like I was running in circles with him, and it seems like he's just going to stay true to his entitlement. So that little last paragraph from him was a little snippet that was what I posted on a story, which got a reaction out of everybody through Junkie, through Theo. It's insane. So I was honestly taken aback by that, because he posted his long-winded message, blaming LA Kappa, blaming the fields for wanting them to continue hosting them, and then blaming particularly me for not wanting to attend an NSL event. Like, that's not on me. So then I responded. So I just told him, like, hey, if it's generally beneficial to the scene, it should be able to sustain itself regardless of individual protests. Players and fields should have the freedom to voice concerns about the NSL without feeling pressured or guilted into participating. A healthy, growing scene thrives on constructive criticism, and if the NSL wants to improve, it needs to listen to the community feedback instead of pushing those who voice opposition, which is typically people who have different brands, different opinions. I know Monk or NSL, at one point, they will tell you directly to your face, hey, is that an ARC Customs or is that an ARC Air Sports Rifle? Don't use that here. You got to use Monk or AirTac or whatever. So it's crazy. And I just told him, like, hey, you mentioned that LA Kappa's departure created a financial hole, but that suggests a lack of planning on the NSL's part. If NSL truly cared about the fields, it wouldn't be so quick to threaten cancellation. Now is another thing I was just heated about too. I get the NSL works well in your area, but the way it's set up right now just doesn't really fit on how other fields and communities operate, which again, I mentioned that because it ties into their conflicts that they've had dealt with in their first year of hosting the NSL in the United States in 23, because they were playing at 4 or 5 different fields, and then they were working with HK Army, and then they lost all of that and HK Army collaboration for them just to kind of only be hosted at SCA and EA. And I responded again with, if this is how you and your team handle constructive criticism, then it's hard for me to take your organization seriously enough to support it. And then he responds with, if the league is beneficial, it's not up to us to decide, but the players, of course, can express their concerns, and we do take them serious. We are never pushing people away just because they criticize us. Okay. You're not wrong with backing up too many sponsors. We learned that lesson. That's why we suggested to take a step back, but the fields wanted to carry on the project as they truly believe in it. We didn't threaten them, but did the reality check and came to the conclusion that we might take a break again, but the fields convinced us to stay. I don't see a reason why we deserve to blame here or why you wouldn't show up to events, because in the end you will hurt your local field because they made a decision to commit to the NSL, and by not showing up you will let the fields down, resulting not in the NSL going down but your local field shutting down as well. Okay, and then I respond with, I get where you come from, but I have to point out a few things. You guys have tried to charge SCA an outrageous fee to keep hosting events. So the rumor was that when they attempted to charge SCA and Extreme Airsoft, they wanted something in the realm of 15 to 20K or a little bit more. The rumors were kind of just going back and forth, but the point was that they wanted a high amount to continue hosting NSL. Wild. Continue hosting NSL, you need to pay us, not the other way around. That's wild. But that was the rumor. That was a rumor, right? So I'm just gonna pull this up here. What is going on here? Hold on, sorry. Just need to see that real quick. It's crazy. And then continuing here, and then it was the same thing with Extreme Airsoft and Tax City and Awaken. So claiming the players or communities not showing up is what's hurting the local fields doesn't really add up. It's pretty unheard of the league to charge those kinds of fees, especially with the way the economy is right now. On top of that, the seasonal price hikes have been tough on a lot of teams. I'm not protesting, but it's hard to ignore the damage to your reputation with all the past conflicts with older fields, the community, and lack of clear direction. So again, most of this it was confirmed that SCA was able to work with the NSL on something. I'm not sure what EA has done. They are completely separate from SCA since they are on the other side of the country. But SCA, for what I was told through Adam, is that they were able to kind of work on just buying up banners and doing whatever they can to continue hosting the NSL. Now, what's cool about that is that Adam has a little bit more leeway on what he can do. So he was able to do discounts. He was able to just kind of work with teams on entry and just kind of making sure that they're able to facilitate a date specifically for everyone to go into, because for some time, because of the high fees and the increasing rates per event, people were discouraged to join. So why would anyone want to play a league that takes itself too seriously and that charges so much up the butt just to enter? And you could just be a new team, you don't know the format, and you could just get your butt wiped. And we've seen that a few times throughout the year, and that's also one of the reasons why Adam wants to work with newer people, so that there's no discouragement between the newer teams and the current veterans in the scene. I lost respect for Fives after he showed no respect towards our team. Soft dumpling. Yeah, it's wild all the way around. I really don't know what they intend to do, but let's just take a look at what he has to respond to this. If you know about that, then you might know we came with these proposals on the concept of keep improving the NSL in the States, covering our cost, which it would take to do that. SCA and Extreme didn't want to do that, so we found the solution where they have to cover the bare minimum and are on their own, more or less. So now we're getting blamed for things being not on point, which are not a responsibility. Furthermore, Awaken in Tax City never had a proposal on the table. We were just talking with them, so I don't know where this is coming from. Again, we don't dictate the entry fee at all, and we never did. I think that's says different. It's quite a simple thing. And he kept yapping here, and he just kept going in circles. And I just didn't want to entertain that any further. I didn't respond to that. I just kind of left it as is, and it just kind of really left way more of a weirder perspective about who this person is, how their organization runs. And it's crazy. MechLab says Syndicate event September at the city. What's up, bro? Hope you're having a good one. I haven't made a stream in a while, but I'm glad some of you guys are joining and just are out here. Yeah, so this is basically my conversation with Fives. And it's just ridiculous to see how everything's turning out so far. But because of people like Vinci, people that are now reacting to it on a post like this, people with a bigger platform like Vinci Customs are able to call out the tomfoolery that we're experiencing here. I mean, for lack of a better term, because I don't want to cuss on here too much. Yeah, it's just, the NSL's got to do better. And of course, they don't take our concerns seriously enough to kind of mediate and can represent the community without respecting their interests first. And that's just been a pattern that I've been noticing, and other players like myself have also been seeing. It's just a burnout. We are such in a niche hobby that the way they try to conduct themselves in such a small community is insane. They're definitely taking advantage with how they conduct Monk Customs and how they conduct their league. And it's insane that they just continue to do it and do it and do it. Like I said, look, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of great people in the NSL organization that are there, like Aldi, who are just big players that just want to be there for fun and support people. Great. I can see that energy from the streams. Awesome. But it's the people that are running the show, specifically, of course, Bert and Fives, who are just crashing and burning. They just want to see that money. They just want to see what opportunities they can make for themselves without thinking about the community first. It's crazy. So, yo, what's up? Okay, so thank you guys for joining. Basically, we're just kind of going over everything that has been discussed about through, let me just pull up the chat again. Everything that's been discussed about Vinci, more specifically the post that he had to make a statement about regarding the statement that he had to come out with regarding his involvement with Monk Customs and the teams that he supported through for Team America and Team Romania. They were just a few hours out before they got banned for participating without any reasonable explanation. So kind of just went into that a little bit. I kind of went into the conversation that I had with, of course, one of the representatives from NSL, Fives, and this is from literally March, when I had just concerns, just kind of showing the community my concerns for the NSL. Of course, the reactions from the community itself, it's insane, it's stupid, it's ridiculous. So I need some wall decor behind you. Yeah, I'm getting to there, bro. I appreciate you. So my conversation with Fives, right? This was just my combo from earlier this year. Claims all the profits go to the fields, but they're stretched thin with one person running it full time. And then when it's the teams in the fields that, when people want to take breaks, of course, you got to have someone like Fives guilt tripping you, responses borderline, and blame players for not showing up and warning local scenes could collapse because they put all their eggs in one basket is wild. in general, the fields like SCA and Extreme asked NSL to take a break, but the league insisted on continuing. Or was it the other way around? Sorry, no. The fields, according to Fives, begged him to continue the NSL. But there was a lot of financial mismanagement and hosting fees, and there was a lot of talk about that, which kind of almost discouraged, I think, the SCA from continuing with the NSL. There's a lot of support for the NSL when it comes to the last two remaining fields in the States. Now, what I'm thinking is, what we need to do is we need to speak up a little bit more. We need to take more accountability for some of these people in the scene. We cannot no longer be taken advantage of through other brands like Mutt Customs, NSL, and other similar brands like that. We need to, as a community, call out as much as we can. Let your local fields know what kind of league you actually want. And I know a lot of people like the format for NSL, which is great. Cool. If you want to play it, by all means. I'm not saying you shouldn't play it. I'm saying if you want something similar, or if you want to do NSL, do it. But maybe we can actually have something that is in the same realm of that format, just a little bit different, and we can just kind of run it locally. Unfortunately, with the way that the economy is, SpeedQB, CSL, and other leagues aren't able to maintain a whole nationwide tournament league as much as they could post-COVID. So now we're in a really weird spot where we don't have as much money as we did post-COVID, but now we are just more cost concerned and burnt out. And it's like, is it really worth getting into the new gear that's just coming out? Is it really worth getting into these leagues that are just interesting? Because there's so much toxicity, there's so much stuff that's happening right now. And we just gotta try to see what we can do with the comp scene, right? Currently, there's a lot that's happening right now. And if you don't know about it, well, it's the culture specifically. And let me just double check here. MAGA, make airsoft great again. Stupid ass. But competitive airsoft has really taken a toll over the last few years. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, of course, there's pay to play with zero return because of like leagues like NSL. There's no real monetary incentive, even though some leagues kind of will cater to like, hey, drop in this much money and here's a medal, which is fine. I mean, if it's within reason, like a $300, $400, or even $500 buy-in for a team of 5 to 7, maybe 2 subs, right? That should be fine. It's easy. Tournaments can get expensive, gear's expensive, travel's expensive, and for what? There's no prize pools, no sponsorships, pathways. There's no such thing as a pro airsofter, regardless of what anybody says, because no one's really making money off these tournaments. Maybe one day, hopefully. I'm hopeful and optimistic, but it's going to take a while because it's not going to get the same amount of support as pro paintball does. But that's basically everything right now. Let me know what you guys think, because this is just something that we're currently dealing with. And I think the best way to go about it is just to kind of, again, call out what you can, tell these fields what you want to support, and maybe just distance yourself away like I am. Is part of the reason why some players are moving to paintball in terms of tourneys. Yes, I honestly do believe that. I've been seeing a lot more people moving to paintball because, well, again, one, airsoft is so easy to cheat in. A lot of your favorite teams, or a lot of teams, do cheat, whether that's intentional or if it's on accident. It's so hard for reffing to occur in airsoft. You could barely see the BB moving in such a small, fast velocity that it's just, you can either get the right call or you can either get the bad call, and it just discourages people from playing. I only got into speed last year, so I hope it grows out more. Yeah, I'm hoping it grows out more too. And I think we just kind of need to have more of a positive influence on the community, just kind of helping people, just kind of getting out there, just playing for fun. Because when the NSL came around, the culture just turned try hard? Well, one, because of the format. Again, it's not a new player friendly format. Some field owners say that they see new teams buying into the NSL format and then they get crushed on their first round. That's literally $1,000 down the drain entry fee, or $800 to $1,000, $800 to $1,000 or whatever it was back then. But yeah, that's down the drain. That's money and travel money that they wasted just to get their butt squashed. Pro Airsoft would have happened by now if it were to happen. Like you said, not enough money invested into the sport. Exactly. Thank you, Alger. Yeah, no, so it's not going to be like pro paintball. It's not going to have enough support. Fields are currently not getting the amount of support, even for rec play. Speed fields are super low, especially in the United States. So what can you do? I think the better option is just to kind of run it community-based locally and just go from there. If it works, it works in like maybe in a state. Maybe something like SpeedQB could do is just kind of work in SoCal and then come out to NorCal. But again, that's a lot of time and money from SpeedQB's part. Just join the stream. What's going on? There's always going to be tryhards when money's involved, but I get that that getting into tourneys, some tourneys can be expensive. So yeah, I mean, SpeedQB can be done easily. But again, it's just all money and depending on what they want to do. And then it also depends on the field owners too, because sometimes the field owners don't even want to deal with just handling these leagues. It's, you know, it's a lot of drama behind the scenes, and it just kind of really, I don't know how to say it without kind of calling out more stuff, but see my previous streams for that, or I'll probably have to make another video kind of directing about all the concerns that have happened in the background and currently. It's just always going to be something. But like I said, I would like to keep everything positive, optimistic for the future. Hopefully NSL doesn't have to work with us in the new future. And that's the rumor, that the NSL is going to stop after this year, according to SCA. But again, that's just a rumor. Same with the EA field, Extreme Airsoft, but who knows? Excuse me. My home field closed their speed field. What was your home field? Was that the one in NorCal? All Patriot? No, not All Patriot. Yeah, unfortunately, there was another field at least 3-4 hours north of me in California. They closed down their speed field, or at least kind of extended it for their recreational field, because they attempted to have speed nights just like us out here at SCA, and it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out, unfortunately. Oh, full auto and oh, dude, full auto. I love John. Full auto arena. I remember when I first went to that arena back in 2022, when John and Darren were showing me around. It's such a nice field, such a nice community, but it's all like money. It's all money. Not saying that they're greedy, but it's financially exhausting to maintain a speed field when you don't have enough support for it. That's the thing. So that's probably why they closed. Oh, what's up, Speed? How you doing, bro? Phantom Reaper says, do you plan on doing more live streams? Yes, I plan on doing more, maybe like in another month or like another few weeks, but I'm gonna try to keep it down to at least maybe an hour. And where are we at right now onto this one? We are, can't even see the time. Oh, we're 44 minutes in. Cool. But what's up, Speed? I hope you're having a good one, bro. I know it's been a while. I just moved into my new spot. It's pretty much where I'm at right now. Still trying to unpack. I know I've been here for a few weeks already, but this is my current setup right now. So hopefully I have the camera properly positioned at some point for future streams and videos. But I kind of just went over, for those of you that are just joining, that are missing out, I kind of just went over the Vinci statement that they had with regards to the NSL, the community reaction to it. Basically, Vinci Customs, the gear, the brand themselves, were banned from the event, even though that they were sponsoring Team USA and Team Romania. They came out with their whole statement and spiel, kind of dictating, like, or saying that this is what the NSL is, this is how they act. I'm voicing my whole experience and letting the community decide. And of course, Vinci Customs got a lot of support, especially from Valiant Airsoft, who was a big person who got sponsorships from Monk Customs. I don't know if he still does it now, but the way he wears it makes it seem like they've also probably separated as well. And of course, a lot of backlash continues to go. It's just a lot. And I'm glad more people are kind of seeing this and are stepping up and voicing their stuff. 44 already, I basically missed the entire live stream. I gotta drive 3 to 4 hours if I want to speed now. That's wild. Yeah, are you going to Extreme Airsoft? Is that the nearest field to you? Yeah, and 44, yeah, probably got like another 15 minutes here. But please tell me what you guys think or what we could do. I think with the future of Speedsoft at where it is now, I want to say we could do better. We could definitely do better. Last year was just a whole lot of bickering going back and forth. People were just kind of taking it way too seriously. People talk smack about other teams. People acknowledge teams that cheat. People acknowledge teams that do well and are positive. But the culture is what we got to change. We got to stop the gatekeeping. We got to stop the poor leadership, the burnout, the disconnection from some of these leagues or even fields again. And then drama. It's got to chill. It's got to chill. I think what Vinci Customs did here was very professional. They just kind of went on to say they are going to continue support for everyone in the scene as much as they can. They ended up delivering the gear to the Team USA in Romania, but of course they're not going to be part of a system that disrespects the core values of the sport. So I've heard from here on in, I don't believe they're going to be supporting any teams that are going to go to the NSL, from what it sounds like. But who knows? Who knows? NSL organization are the type of people to kind of say, hey, are you wearing Vinci products or gear? Are you using that? Unfortunately, that's not allowed. That's what happens. And I've seen it time and time again. People have voiced their opinions. People seen through their experiences how NSL operates. They have a lot of favoritism, unfortunately. So because you can get away with it with how easy it is to make bad calls while reffing, because it's so difficult to kind of just see where the BB lands. It's a lot of stuff. And honestly, you can probably tell I'm exhausted by it when I talk about this. Get out of here, Scotto. You complain about my sweat towels. What are my favorite teams? Oh man, my favorite teams gotta be HSA for sure, even though I haven't played with them yet. SRG, straight from Idaho. Those guys are very lovely, great energy. SYG's cool. I liked all the teams from 2-3 years ago. There was that team with the main older guy Pops and his son and his friends. I forgot their name, but they played all over the country. Great group of guys. There's just so many teams out there that I want to shout out, but I can't remember at the top of my head because now some of these teams don't even play anymore. Right? It's like, nah, fake news. My pit's fine. Scott is speaking facts though. Tater says otherwise. Yeah, where's Tater? Yeah, I know my favorite teams are just pretty much teams from back then and some from now. I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been playing in the scene for a little while. NYI. Yes, that was my favorite team. I miss playing with those guys. Those guys are great. I think Airsoft and Speedsoft had a lot of hype post-COVID, right? Because you would just sit there during lockdown and watch YouTube. That's how I started doing YouTube, was just kind of, doing whatever. And then when fields started opening up like late May or early May, it was nice. You could actually have some freedom and people saw the content and people saw what Speedsoft was about later in 2020 because SpeedQB finally started hosting tournaments again. And then all of 2021, more people wanted to be like SpeedQB and host their own events, host their own leagues, which grew. And then you had a substantial amount of players in the scene and it was just the best. Let me see if I can pull that up. real quick. All right, let me see, because I have so many clips from back then. All right, so yeah, I have so many clips from back then. Let me see if I can find anything from SpeedQB in 2020. No. This was all of this though. This was like back in 2021, I think, like mid 2021. But like my point is, it's like everyone got into the hobby. And I know I talked to John from Mech Labs about this. Like, we should bring people back, but I'm low-key afraid that's probably not going to happen. It's the current state of the hobby is not able to sustain itself like it did post-COVID, because the hype is basically died out. The culture surrounding Speedsoft is different now. And literally this right here, all of this is literally me, Damien, Raven, and L. And all of us don't play anymore like that. This is literally just the vibe of us. That's what airsoft was all about, just the vibe. Nothing try hard. And we didn't win that event. I think we placed like 4th, but still, we all congratulated everyone. We all had fun. Oh, Elite, thank you, Speed, thank you. Team Elite was nice. But no, it's just airsoft in general was super fun to be a part of, and I don't think we could ever really see that again unless something changes in the culture, right? Be more positive, be more helpful, bring people along, make it fun. Go in with the best intentions and lowest expectations. Too many people are trying hard. Just have fun. It's airsoft, and it's always weird to me seeing people go crazy, yell at one another, cussing each other out, or yelling, "Get out, get out, get out." Like, what are you doing? Bozo? Glizzy stream when? Maybe one day. What's up, Myth? Hey, what's good, gay boy? Any pics of me there? I don't know. Let me see. I think we have some. Oh. Do I have the video? I have a video of you and me, Quinn, going off the break during one of the Syndicate games. I think this is just all edited stuff. Oh, here's us at the SpeedQB, the SpeedQB warehouse. This is like late 2021. See, that was a vibe, and that's what I like about Roy and SpeedQB, because they don't take themselves too seriously, but they still try to maintain, community standards. And they really want everyone just to vibe. Roy is a very chill guy, and that's why I always support him and SpeedQB as much as I can, because I want them to grow. I want them to expand. I want people to see this is what SpeedQB was all about. Especially back then during COVID, you see all the videos that they posted. You see Demo out there representing SpeedQB. Super great. It was fun. Let me catch up. Agreed, Alger says. Almost all hobbies got a major boost from COVID, and almost everything I'm into is super saturated, and creators and enthusiasts are getting burnt out now. Yes, exactly. And that's kind of one of the reasons why we don't see Demo right now or other creators. It's because it's burnout, or because they have more better opportunities. And you know what? Let them get the time that they need. Let them expand into other interests, because for me, when I stop uploading, it's usually because I'm doing something with my life. So if I'm doing a 3-week gap or a month gap or whatever, that's usually just means I'm doing something else, or just having fun in another avenue or whatever. That's why when I distance myself from Speed, I have a great group that I can play with on a recreational field, and I can actually work on reviews a little bit better for other brands, so it's easy and it's fun. Like the video, the Speedsoft video that I'm gonna make, that's gonna come out on Monday, is basically my passion project, because I love animating, I love having fun, I love kind of just showing you guys what I can do editing wise, but showcasing my bullshit gear or whatever. Collins, one of the fields in Alberta is doing good work with the community as a whole. Yeah, dude, those fields are like the golden gooses. Keep that going, keep supporting it, just continue that energy. It really doesn't matter if we win or don't. As long as we fuck around and have fun, it's good night. Exactly, Thai food. Exactly, because that's what it comes down to. That's what I'm saying. Like Roy, John from Syndicate, and Keegan from CSL. They have the greatest energy in the fucking world because they bring the community together. It's amazing. And I love those guys for what they do. I love them so much. But when you have people like Bert and Fives running it behind the scenes, more of a profit-driven journey rather than going back to the players, then you're going to have problems. And I hope we can learn from this somewhere down the line, especially for the future of the sport. Bro says he stopped making airsoft content to focus on streaming since it's a better outlet. Bro gets like 5 people in the streams. He was better off sticking to YouTube, airsoft, and Twitch. NorCal 2022 was a huge force. 18 plus teams. Yup, exactly. I think I have some of those. Oh, wait, John, hold on. I think I have the, oh, where'd it go? The Syndicate tournament from that year. That first Syndicate tournament I've ever played in, I think was,
Wait, cool then.
That's Raven. Oh, yeah, here we go. There's me being a dork. Yep. Trying hard with my CHILLSOFT and my Sandana. Jesus Christ, man. And Damien's right here, going crazy. See, I miss those times, dude. I miss those times. Literally, tons of people, tons of teams. We're just going around, having fun, doing crazy stuff. We didn't have any jerseys, so we just wore NBA jerseys. And that was our team, Taternators. Super fun, though. Syndicate. Oh, this is an iconic photo right here. Super iconic. Off the break, it's me, Chris, Raven, Damien. Taternators exclusive. That's what's up. This was 2022. Oh, man, this is when AirTac was making its comeback, or was like featured onto the scene like early 2022, late 2021. Dude, this is the shit I'm talking about. This is what's from. Bro, Damien, is Damien here? Damien, you, I don't remember the other guy, and me in 22. Bro, that Cindy was so much fun. It was Raven, dude. I'm trying to find the Syndicate that we did, because I literally tried to save it and categorize it into, was this it? No. This was SpeedQB in early 2022 before they got banned from SCA because the field owner was being a fucking bozo. I miss this era of Speedsoft, and it's like I have all this here just to kind of reflect and look back on all the stuff that we did. Paintball. I haven't played paintball in like 2 years. SpeedQB. Chris. I don't know. Yeah, like exactly. There's an era. There's a specific era in Speedsoft that we probably won't be able to see for a little while, because one, the economy, two, the fields, three, the culture. It's just a lot, right? And I don't want to dwell on like how to fix it too much. I have other priorities, and I would love to work with people on how to do that. But all I think it just comes down to is to just kind of working on a more chill level. Just host a regular tournament. That's it. What's a good cheap cam to record airsoft with? I think hey. All right, sorry about that. Hold on. Hey, take it. Come on. Where? All right, my bad. Tater going off, Zelda going off. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Tater, come here. All right, here's Tater. Taternator. He's out here. He's out here on the stream. What's going on, everyone? Got Tater because he had a bark all fucking last few minutes. Go over there. Be good. Be good. All right. Just keep doing your thing. Have fun. That's all it was fun. Dog's trying to get on the stream. Lord Tater has spoken. Yo, what's up, Robert? How you doing? My boy Tater. Yeah, dude. Excuse me. It's insane to think about. That era of Speedsoft was just us locally having fun, and then expanding to the other parts of the country, which was the best part. When SpeedKB would host basically trailers to their tournaments, and them hosting those highlights. Oh, yeah, dude, that was it. I don't think we're gonna probably see that for a while, but you know, and it's crazy how we get to this point now. It's crazy how we just end up, you know, with all the drama, with all the unnecessary stuff. We just gotta try to just Tater. I'm getting so distracted right now through Tater. My old guns tournaments. I remember that tournament we lost after the first round. That was when Scotto was cooking with them edits. Locally, random EU guy flies to America. Let me take this down. 16 viewers. I got 16 viewers. 15 viewers. Modesto, classic tourney, clips. Okay, that's more clips, random clips. GamePod July. Damn, I was trying hard. GamePod photos, nope. Do you think more fun and chill Speedsoft content creators could do something to bring more people into the culture? Probably. I think just acknowledgement, opinions and opinions and their perception of the scene through their experience, and giving tips and advice to newer players, which is severely lacking, because I need to get onto that. Like, you know, top things that I wish I knew before starting a tournament, top things I wish I knew before getting ready to play Speedsoft at a rec field or whatever. You know, if you find any pics of the Cindy in there, let me know. Hold on, stay with me, hold on. I see them somewhere. Dude, I had videos. I have to go into video edits, airsoft, reusable content, I think. Anthony. I think this might be. Tater, shut up. Oh, right here. Here we go.
Dog Squad and Turnanators. Taternators. Taternators. Team Airsoft that won the last tournament.
Look at that.
Division.
This is me and Quinn going at it.
Taternators look like you almost overslid that.
Almost slid that and
Oh, there it goes. Taternators.
Look at Quinn go.
Laying that plastic down the field right now, holding his phone.
we got one Dog Squad guy out too. So it looks like we're playing either a 2-on-2 or a 3-on.
It looks like there's 2 on the 3 on. Dog Squad might be down. Oh, nice buzzer.
Oh man, this is a good player here actually. This is us against Dog Squad when they were still kind of new.
Now Taternators, will they play the buzzer or will they play TDM?
Yeah, see, I'm glad I clipped that, dude, because that was a good time. Send that to me. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna send you a Google link. If you find any pics, I'm holding on. Hold on, Myth. Hold on, Myth. How do you travel with planes and gear? Like, do you label it as a firearm? I believe so. And you have it in a case, and I think whatever airline you fly to, you just gotta check. Every airline is different, apparently. Tanks, like HPA tanks, empty them. Make sure you remove the regular off the tank. When you use it, you can put it in your carry-on, as long as the regulator is removed and there's no air in your tank, right? So when I flew to New York, that was the way to do it. It was just I took apart my Euro build because it was literally just the AirTac upper, and I had the lower, so I just removed the grip. Easy, and I was able to fly that as a carry-on. But again, every airline is different, so just be sure you put some of that stuff in like bags or cases or whatever if you do it as a carry-on like I did, because that's exactly what I had to do, just to ensure like there's not any setbacks from the, you know, what are they called? The security? I forgot. But, you know, you could also declare sporting equipment for a paintball event. That's how we did it. Yeah, that'd be a good thing too. TSA locks. Yeah, hard case with TSA locks. Yeah, CQ Speed's got it down. He's probably traveled way more than I have. So, I mean, just listen to this guy. I'm only 16, so I'll probably say sport gear. Yeah. I mean, it's America, so like, they're not going to stop you like they would in Germany or Belgium or something where you have to have a registration to use paintball weapons, paintball marker, or a replica airsoft stuff, you know? Yeah, I think overall, I just don't want NSL to be around anymore. That's my main thing. NSL's got to go. It created a constant culture of just toxicity and just burnout because people are putting in so much effort for little to no reward. That's the basic thing. That's why I don't like NSL, and especially the way they run it. Yeah, the refs, great, cool, whatever. But the community right now as a whole has dwindled down to at least like 4 or 5 main teams. And even then, the turnaround for a new team, at least in NorCal, typically ends up being 6 months to a year. Because what else is there? It's just the NSL. We used to have Speaky, we used to have the Syndicate. Syndicate, I mean, is obviously still running because they're having another event in September, August at Speaky City. But, you know, we had CSL that came by. We had Cabra hosting events at his field, but True Aim is no longer a thing. And that's another story. I'll have him tell you guys later. But yeah, that's just it. Like, you know, NSL has just been there to kind of foster an environment where they promise so much return, and people just get tired. People are done with it. I like Speedsoft, don't get me wrong, but you know, you don't have to give into buying Monk Customs' gear and have it be gimmicky. Speedsoft can learn a lot from hobbies that also have chronic dwindling player bases, like paintball and fighting games. Yeah, exactly. But it's just all about the money. It's all about the money. You can have a sustainable hobby and money if you also care about the community. Who knew? What's up, Krusty? What's up, Nick? Go to Evo. I know. I wish I could. Wait, isn't Evo this weekend? Or did it already happen? Evo? I think Evo happened, no? Or was it at the end of this month? Alright, let me just try and see. I remember that. That was a lot of fun. Taking photos and making like little edits from the speed nights was super fun. And it was just random bullshit. I liked Speaky B's layout. I hate NSL layout. NSL layout makes no sense to me. And the thing is, they just make it where it's so hard to navigate and it doesn't make any sense. And they say, well, this is part of the experience, so please give us $1,000 to enter the tournament. All my homies hate NSL. Yeah, I know. I love that meme. I think we're approaching. Oh yeah, we're 8 minutes over the stream. But hold on, I'll stay on for another 10 minutes just for you guys. Do I have? Oh, I do have this. I was looking for this. I need to. I need to put that into a clip later. NSL, dude, I have clips from last year's NSL. Five somehow just gave me permission to film, but he had a few requirements for me to release this. I forgot to edit it, but it's crazy.
That's 2-1 at home.
Yeah, I'm super slow here. Using Mech Labs Arcade Sports. 200. 200. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, we're playing Ascension.
Run it, run it!
I gotta edit this sometime. Fuck fives. I'm gonna come out with this. You don't own this content. Let's see. I had Damien clips. I got Damien clips. Speedsoft tourney. What the fuck is this? I think this is another tourney that I played, but I didn't edit. So I think I was gonna edit this and
Next teams to the field. Asylum, BLM. Asylum.
see when it's just like events like this that Adam hosts and you know everyone is there. Those are the fucking most like best tournaments you could ever vibe to. It's never like the constant anxiety inducing, you know, that you could have just by anticipating, all right, are we up next or Tater. Sorry guys, hold on. All right, sorry about that. Yeah. Well, right now. Oh yeah, SpeakyB. I forgot SpeakyB was
AJ
around,
holding down at Flexi now.
and it was unfortunate because nobody was able to continue the events because nobody was joining. They were all NSL focused. It's like, all right, fuck. Tater. Oh yeah, they're going off right now. He's just growling. But I want to say thank you to everyone for joining the stream. This has been cool. I haven't done this in a minute, but I want to keep it chill, keep it relatively simple. Just kind of went over, for those of you that are just joining, I just went over the stupid drama that occurred from NSL. Of course, they're always going to be the foundation of just drama and conflict. But I wish nothing but the best of them. I hope they continue to thrive, maybe, in their respected area, specifically Belgium. I agree with Krusty. We need to have some fun and unique tournament formats, which I did see SpeakyB wanting to do. Like, they have ideas. CSL, same thing. But then there's low turnout. And again, that's the other thing. It's like nobody wants to play a tournament after being so focused on the NSL, because the NSL is spread out throughout the year. They have specific tournaments like every other month, and then they have a mini tournament like a 3v3 in the middle of that. So people continue. I'll get to your thing in a minute, Nan. People continue to kind of focus on that. Like, okay, we should get practice. We should, you know, set the teams aside to practice on the weekends. We should continue to focus on strategies. And it's just, that's where the focus is based on. Just continuing to see what they can do better for the next event, and then so on and so forth, right? So NSL usually doesn't end until like the summer. I think there's like one more tournament in the US, and I think that's it for both sides, SCA and EA, but don't quote me on that. That's how much I really don't care about the NSL right now. Nan, yo brother, is the Speedsoft 2025 video been scrapped now, assuming you have lost all the files? No, I actually got everything back and I'm still editing it, so I hope to come out with that later this year. Or not later this year, sorry. This Monday, bro. I got you. And that's why I just realized, like, when I started making that video, it was early May, late April. I want to apologize because usually I come out with those videos like early in the year, but I've been dealing with a lot of moving. Finally, you can see I'm in my new spot. I'm in a different space, but I should have it out. After this, I'm actually going to clean up a little bit, go to storage, and then wait for my girlfriend, and she usually gets out around 5. So I'm gonna start editing a little bit there and just capture some moments with Tater and edit. Hopefully it comes out Monday. Not hopefully, it will come out Monday. CQ Speed says local tournaments with some of their own unique quirks and not make it Pirates based, because then it becomes a shrug fest just for fun. Exactly. I know there's no monetary incentive in some of these leagues, but he's right. He's absolutely right. That's what had the charm to some of these events, was just just for the fuck of it. You chill with the boys. And that's why I liked about Roy, because he would have a barbecue at SCA, but for some reason, you know, field owners see that differently. So unfortunately, there's a lot of drama between that for the SCA field, and SpeedKB wasn't allowed to host anything for 2 years until Adam kind of came and mediate that, which was cool. Great of Adam, appreciate you. Haha, all good, man. Super stoked for it. I get a lot of inspo from your loadout vids. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I really do. Again, you guys are what make my channel happen. I mean, you don't have to support me monetarily. Just follow, subscribe, and just watch the content. If there's something you guys really want to watch, please let me know. Like in the comments, message me if there's something you want to see, because I do want to make more videos on advice, like what you can do differently for setting yourself up for airsoft events or even just airsoft tournaments. I just want to kind of give you my experience of what I dealt with over the last 5 years. I'm optimistic, but I'm tired of the current state, and I just want to work on this with everyone, get ideas. You guys have presented a lot of good ideas, and hopefully we can get back to this era of airsoft that we were in back then. I took a lot of photos, I took a lot of videos of clips, people playing. You got plans for the new Kappa? No, I think I might do a giveaway with that, honestly. I bought that Kappa. Hold on, voice is going away. I bought that Kappa in Vegas when I went to EDC. So, dude, I have a ton of footage from Vegas that I can't use because of how dark the room is. Like, this is just the the staging area, but it's just super dark in there. I'll let that play for you guys. But it's I bought my Kappa here just because my I brought another thing to Vegas. I forgot what it was. It's the Savia build, and because the Savia wasn't working well, I ended up buying a Kappa. And I don't know why the video is lagging. Oh, because it's running off. That's why. Okay, it's still loading. I think it's done. Okay. No, I don't have any plans. I just bought it for the spur of the moment because I didn't bring any other gear out there. The field, the Evike field in Vegas is pretty cool, kind of small. Probably just as big as Project N1. They got good staff, kind of strict, different roles. It's the Battle Lab field, but hey, it's cool. I like the way they run it. But yeah, all the videos here are just basically dark. So when you go into the field, see, they have to scan you in before you go in, which is kind of cool.
So the physical elastic bands that you put around your gun that tells you not only what my salt but other president processing is. So you will be a yellow band.
Let me go out. All right, is the Monk Customs Oracle 1 worth getting, or should I get a Lancer Tactical Gen 3 AirTac Customs when they come out? I would say probably hold off on the Monk Oracle, and definitely hold off on the Lancer Tactical. Monk Customs, I would definitely recommend, if that's something you really want to stick to, do a little bit more research onto their support, their customer support. Like, typically, half the time you can buy something from them and it comes broken, and if you contact them for support, they are not able to help you, or they ghost you. So that's another thing. I don't think it's worth it for that price point. I think it's a little expensive. You could definitely do better with a solo build, or even just a cheaper build like the Article 1 from Wolverine Airsoft. Better build, better consistency, and it's American made. Cue the Freedom Eagle. Lancer Tactical Gen 3, I think it's cool as a starter gun. It's similar to the SSG-1, but slightly lower performance. I think that's something that if you wanted something off the bat, I think just get like a G&G SSG-1 ARP556 if you want to do with anything with ERG, or AEG rather. If you want something HPA, I always recommend Wolverine. Just get an Article 1 and just build from there. I heard their CS is dog water. Yeah, but my next choice would be a custom SKP build. Yeah, I heard SKP is awesome. I heard SKP is awesome. But yeah, no, I think just research a little bit. You can go on the Speedsoft subreddit and kind of see what people post and what is good right now. I probably want to make a video on that, like what's good. If you have the money, if you're going to spend money on Monk Customs like that, I would recommend just rather getting an Arc Air Sports. Because if you're going to put that much money into something, Arc Air Sports is pretty consistent and it's mechanical, so you don't have to use a lipo. From the wonderful labs, or from the wonderful folks at Mech Labs, yeah, SKP is also just expensive too. But again, Wolverine Airsoft if you're looking for something cheaper, or if you're looking for something for plug and play, building on yourself, you can always get the Mech Labs. I'm blanking out here, so sorry. It's the dude, I'm blanking out. I'm so lost right now. The other mechanical engine that you could just drop in, plug and play. Super amazing. I recommend it. It's just like the Arc Air Sports, just separate. I do apologize if I forgot the name. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. Hold on. One sec. I literally gotta go to my video right now. The Nexus engine. Yes. Get yourself a Nexus engine. I'm so sorry. Yes, thank you, Nan. Yes. Nexus engines are pretty good. $400, you can't beat that. I think is definitely an improvement over the Kythera if you're looking for something mechanical. Drop in, ready to play, easy. It already comes to the line. You could use like an ESG grip or whatever, anything similar, or you could just run it just like with a line going into your backpack, whatever. I think it's a super awesome engine. I think once I'm a little bit more fleshed out, yes, I will start building on that too. Mech Labs, so might be webcasting the event in September. You interested in commentating? Oh, you know me? Yes, I would love to. Text me or call me later, and then I will be more than happy to do it. I don't think I have anything going on in September, but yeah, I think we should be good for that. CQ Speed says SKP is good from what I heard, but I do more research always. Yes, anything that you see, don't really fall into the hype just because it is new. I learned it the hard way through Monk Customs when they released their ESG grip, the Gen 1, because that thing broke on me and there was no acknowledgement to the consumer base. Yeah, you know, you can just tell I'm just not happy with Monk Customs in general. I miss when Alger would drop gas blowback content. Me too, man. I miss that too. Yeah, the Nexus is pretty solid. Plebs like me need to start learning, but I've been too split and always pay people to build for me. That's also a good option too. Dude, I've struggled my first 1.5 to 2 years on building anything HPA related, building Euro grips and everything. I would not recommend the Kythera, had terrible experiences with it. Yeah, so get the Nexus. Chill Airsoft vibes is chill. Need more of these. Nice to have the in background while I do shit. I love you, Alger. Alger. I'm just gonna say your name so it just kind of throws you off while you're working in the background. Alger. Hey, it's Alger. He's gonna be like, what the hell? Yes, John messaged me later today. I'd be definitely interested in commentating and be there for you guys, help out, set up, whatever. Just kind of, you know, do what we got to do. Promoting wise, I can definitely help you promote it. I can edit something for you too, free of charge. I don't want to charge you for that. I just want to kind of put like promotions on the future videos and stuff for people locally. And yeah, let's do that. Let's get that set up. Let's see. I'm trying to build an ESG and hopefully with a sidecar upper. Oh, dude, those sidecar uppers have been super dope. Sidecar is awesome. He's a guy that literally worked with AirTag Customs, and he's starting to work. Look. This is solid. Like, I like this. This, if you love Speedsoft, he is the embodiment of Speedsoft. This is clean. This is just, oh, perfection. Speedsoft anything. This is it. I drop content, good, but only good airsoft content or field in Arizona closed down, and VIP requires you to be a consistent player for like 3 months before they let you. What? Oh, that's lame. Would love to get an ARC. Seems like it's an easy out of the box solution, but I asked another Speedsoft YouTuber, Dexter, and I think he said to hold off as there is limited customization at the moment, which is true. I think they do have more plans for the AirTac, or sorry, the ARC at some point, and I hope it's soon. But we should start seeing more of that, which is why I recommend, hey, if you're kind of cost concerned, don't want to break the bank, get a Nexus for sure, and then customize that from there. After I do the AirTag Gen 3 review, I'm going to use that upper onto the Nexus because it is AEG specific on that rail. So I do plan on doing a build out of that one. That would be sick. The last pick of the second newest post. Oh, that's clean. What the hell? Oh, dude, look at that grip. Look at that grip right there. I can't even zoom in. Okay. Look at this grip right here, dude. That is a one of a kind AirTac. I have the prototype from like 2-3 years ago. AirTac, when I was sponsored by them, they wanted input on a build or a grip, and I think they were supposed to do a SpeedQB collaboration, but that never. I think that fell through. But the grip is so similar to the design that they had shared with me. The components here are similar to the Monk ESG grip, where this could just be a standalone grip, and you can remove the regulator and the base that holds the regulator if you wanted to, or you can have that installed and then just use it as an ESG grip. So you could either use it as ESG grip or just run a line through it with a standalone grip like that. But this upper is clean. Oh my god, who made this? And look, it's got the outer barrel too. I was wondering about that because traditionally AirTac uppers just have the inner barrel running through it, and it's got like the base and the front end, which is supporting the inner barrel from falling out. But the way this looks is phenomenal. This goes around the outer barrel and supports it, and you can wow, that's clean. Holy shit. Raven, what's up, bro? Raven, look who it is. Oh, what's up, bro? Raven, we're just out here just covering the nonsense of the NSL and just vibing. Dude, I haven't vibed out like this in a minute. And dude, this is the stuff that makes me want to get back into Speedsoft. Like, I just want to play and just drip out on gear. That's it. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. What in the Sam Hill? What the hell? What the helly? What the helly burn? Hold on. I gotta bring the chat up again. Okay. Dream upper. It's not out yet. Dude, that is clean. I'm liking that. The first Pit Fighters tournament was a massive success. Thank you. Oh, dude, I was supposed to do a collaboration with SpeedQB to kind of promote some stuff. I have some giveaway stuff from SpeedQB I was actually supposed to do in June. Like early June, late May. No, late May. Like right before I went to EDC, Roy sent me some stuff to do a giveaway with, but he wanted me to hold out on it because he was gonna have SpeedQB do a collab with Arcturus, and I think they're still kind of fleshing out the details, but I gotta text him and see what's up, man. So that way I can get some stuff out to you guys, and then we can get into cool builds like this, because I have the trigger and I have a whole plate carrier to give away to you guys. Stay tuned for that. I know I was supposed to do a giveaway earlier this year, but I'm still trying to get that in the works. I appreciate you guys. Just hold tight. We're gonna get that to you soon. My voice is running out here a little bit too since I've been talking a lot. Raven, I was just going over some stuff with everyone, like all the old Speedsoft stuff. Like, do you remember this? Do you remember this shit, man? I miss this, bro. I miss this. And we were just talking about like this era in Speedsoft where everyone was just vibing, having fun, and it wasn't so try hard. What color is the trigger? It's blue. I think that's the AirTag trigger. Yeah, that's the AirTag trigger. Let me see. Damn, look at Damien go. I'm trying to see. This is literally like one of the first times I airsofted. Yeah, man. I miss this build. I gotta re-influence the era of Speedsoft. Anthony just leaked a CQB collab. Let's go. As far as for me, I do plan on playing. I think I kind of want to do the SpeakyB event in LA later this year. I think that'll be cool. But we'll see how that goes. I gotta get into shape. I gotta start working out again because I haven't, like I said, I haven't been in the speed scene for a little while. I went to Speed Night the other weekend, which was fun. People are great, but again, it's like the NSL layout, which I kind of didn't. I wasn't vibing with, so I just kind of just recorded people. Exactly, Raven. That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. The era before everyone's panties wearing a bunch. It's just NSL made it too try hard. That's what I'm saying. And with the exposure as to how they operate Burt and Fives, like more people are starting to see that. We're getting more community reaction, more just accountability, which is nice. If we can take out that, once we're done with NSL and that's out of the United States, then we can start focusing more locally, work on the culture, work on what needs to be done. Stop fucking going insane, try hard or whatever. Just have fun. You know, when did we expect to have that? I mean, I understand it. I kind of see like SpeakyB's, like they're kind of promoting that type of era, that type of aesthetic where you can just be, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's the type of aesthetic that SpeakyB would typically promote in a lot of their builds, a lot of their gameplay, a lot of their videos, like headshots, overshooting and stuff like that. But it was an agreement in our community where we just do that without going crazy. But of course, people got out of hand with it. Not saying SYG did, but other people got out of hand with it, and then the culture persisted like that. And SYG is not even consistent in these tournaments as much anymore. It's all these other teams, and you get the influence from the other teams that just kind of carry on to the newer teams, and those newer teams that stay on for a little bit longer usually kind of carry out that behavior too. But I'm starting to see some positive influence, and you know, some newer players, some people, some older heads. So I'm hoping that we can have more accountability and just kind of self-police the smaller communities that we're currently in right now. But I do miss that. I do miss that a lot. Speed nights at CQB City. That was a vibe. I missed that. I think that's it. How long have we been streaming for? An hour and 30. What's up, Hollow? How you doing, bro? I do plan on kind of reworking the setup that I have here. So hopefully if I do another stream in about 2-3 weeks or a month, whatever, it'll look a little bit more eye-pleasing, eye-catching, especially with the setup on the stream itself here. So maybe we can kind of work on that a little bit and just go from there. Shit, I need to get my camera back and start getting some flicks back. Yeah, exactly. I seen the way Quitsky edits everything, which makes everything so slick, like smooth. It's nice. Hollow, tried to call him because that behavior is too much when trying to play for the whole evening. Yeah. Self-policing, just calling out people, but being like not aggressive but firm, and just try to educate people. Like, hey, like we don't do that here. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but let's try to be more, more chill about it. Let's just play for fun. It's never that serious. I don't know. But you know what? I'm probably gonna end the stream here. I appreciate you guys. It's fucking random ass photos. I appreciate you guys. Quitsky has it set up. I got an A6400. Dude, that's what I'm using to film right now with my stream setup. I bought a new camera. This is the Sony A7 III. Because I haven't really been filming, so I figured, you know, I'll just get something that's like not as modern, but something that does the job. This is smooth as hell. I love it. And also I'm hella lazy. No, I feel it, bro. Like there's no motivation, but I gotta try. We gotta try as creators to bring it back. What's up, Ethan? How you doing, bro? Hope you're having a good one. And Hollow, hope you're also having a good one. And everyone else that's just joining the stream. See you soon, bro. Hope all is well. Gonna cut up to stay safe, fam. Oh man, much appreciated, much love. Hope to see you out there on the field. We gotta just sling some BBs one day with Chris, hopefully. I miss that era so goddamn much. But hopefully we should try it soon. Get to it soon. It's not the camera, it's how you use it. It's exactly how you use it. I just like the A7 III because I like it. Teehee. But the A64 has been there for me since I started, like in mid 2020. I'm still using it now. Like, it's a great camera. I can't believe like I have used that thing and it hasn't broken on me ever, and it still generates good content for me to use. So hey, I'm all for it. So for those of you that are joining my stream, I talked a little bit about the NSL, how they curate to their community, which is lacking a ton of support. They were called out by another bigger brand known as Vinci Customs, they're both based in Europe. So whatever they got going on, they got their own drama. Kind of went over my discussion with one of their representatives from NSL and their disconnect from the community. And I talked a little bit about that. Talked a little bit about what we could do as local communities. I always say support local, right? Support local, have fun, don't be try hard, self-police, firm, but still maintaining good etiquette, having fun, just be out there. And that's what I'm saying. Going back to the era that we used to have post-COVID, super fun. Ton of people, like just great vibes all around. But you know what? I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. I've said this all the time throughout the stream. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm going to go edit this. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go do some errands, and I'm going to come back, have a good beer, and edit the rest of this Speedsoft loadout video. And I'm going to come up with more ideas to get you guys more interested into Speedsoft, because I want to give you guys some tips, some videos, and some fun. I'm going to animate that. I'm going to get you more tater, and we're going to keep that going. I appreciate everyone, especially the channel members who have been here since day one, especially CQ Speed, Scotto, Raven, Mech Labs. So there's an opportunity for me to help them out. I love John. I love everything that they do. I love Roy, everything that he does with SpeakUB, SYG guys, everybody out there in the SoCal scene. Keegan out there in the Midwest, the East Coast, South. Of course, he's got the CSL. Check them out when you guys get a chance. These are local leagues. So if you're not in the West Coast, CSL or anything local. EA Fest. I love what they do with their local scene, because they host events with other brands and they have booths. That's something that I feel like a lot of fields could learn from. Work with local brands, host booths, host events, barbecues, whatever. It's all out there. We just got to support each other and just never take airsoft seriously. It's just a hobby full of nerds, grown people with toy guns. Bye Pinoy Fernie. Salamat. Bye Papi Tater. Yeah, salamat Scatto. We got to get some Jollibee later. Good day everyone. Have a good one, everybody. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. If you guys play, just have fun out there. You already know what to do. I'm hoping to stream maybe in another 3 weeks, but I gotta keep it short. It's already an hour 40. I'm over by 40 minutes. Until the next Gleazy stream.